Hello planner friends, welcome back to Lakeisha Loves to Plan. Hi everybody, I am setting up my scripture writing journal for the month of July using my 5-Field Creation subscription box items, also using my July scripture journaling prompt list of questions, and it's around glorifying God. And I have everything I need in here, so I won't be using quite everything, but some of it. And I am going to be setting up this first book in my scripture writing cover. So this is book 1, which would be July. This is book 2, which will be August, and this would be book 3 would be September. So this is the third quarter. So I took the liberty of writing quarter 3 2025 on here so I can know that that's what's in here. This is the one I just finished. This was quarter 2 2025, and so I just wanted to show you how I did the last quarter. So this was April. So here's some extra pieces in here in the April one, and then this is everything I wrote for April. So I just answer one question a day, and if this is April, and if I skip a day, I'll just do 2 days until I'm finished the whole thing. So that was April. This was my May book. So again, I set May up differently with some tip-ins and things like that, a lot of tip-ins, and then I even put a little extra piece here for decorations. And I finished this up. That was the month of May. And then my last month I just finished was June. So this was the cover, and then I just put paper and stickers in every which way and just wrote over top of it. This was actually my favorite little door that I made. Plus, instead of writing on this page, I just made a pocket and I wrote the answer to the question on 3 journaling cards and stuck them in here. So if you want to read the answer to that question, you just go into the journaling card. And then I completed, this was the Father's Day spread with Abraham. And then I did some tip-ins and extra writing for those questions. This is a pocket here. I didn't really use it for anything. I love this spread using the washi to create the boxes. That was nice. And yeah, so that was the end of July. That was the end, the end of June. That was the end of June. So I'm about to put this away. This one's done. And I am going to start in the new July book. And I want to put these to the side. And now I'm going to start with my July book. And I love this hammock, and this is a whole scene. So when I open it up, you can see that it is a whole scene here. It's like the backyard to the house. And this was the welcome card. I think this is the front yard to the house, and this is the backyard to the house. So now I am going to start decorating. I usually like to decorate the first page as the cover and then start to work to do the internal pages. So now I'm going to take out everything I got in July to see what I'm going to use here. May not use everything. Alright, so I have my journaling cards. I have my die cuts. I have my washi, which I can open up right now, so I can be ready. And I might use just, some extra things. And I won't set up the entire book on camera, just a couple of pages. So you can, get some ideas and get inspired to do your own scriptural journal layout. This is like a piece of wood. I don't know if you can see that. And then I have the sticker sheets to track the days of the week that go with the questions. And then I have my numbers. And then I have July, July, July. All of these sticker sheets for July to use. And then I have this beautiful paper. So I have the vellum and the acetate. These pretty pink flowers. And then I have the mat. All these delicious flowers. And then the back with some faux washi. Alright, so that's what I plan on using. I may use a couple of extra, but we'll see how this goes. Okay friends, I'm going to voice over the rest of it. I speeded it up a little bit because it took me about an hour to do this, and I really wanted this not to be an hour-long video. So right now I'm using my bone folder to just make this really tight, and I'm going to glue this to the belongs to section, or the front cover, so I can make an extra flap here, and then that will comprise of my my cover page. And what I realized when I did this is that I didn't have to use my first piece of paper here for a cover page, which saved me space. So this is a great technique to do if you want to just add some writing surface, or if you want to add a cover without touching your paper. So I'm just going to trim the excess paper off the top, and then I'll get started with the inside of the scripture writing journal. And then what I realized is that I wanted to the inside of the journal to be a little whimsical. So you'll see in a minute I start to cut out some pages, sort of like windows. So I'm cutting this into different windows, and I'm doing a pattern. I'm doing a slant top, slant bottom, square, triangle, and then circle. So that's what I want to do to give it a little whimsical a whimsical look. So while I'm doing this, I did want to share with you all that again, you can get this scripture writing list of questions from Firefield Creations on Facebook. So just type in Firefield Creations group on Facebook, and then you will see the list at the top. I believe she keeps the list at the top in like the file section of the Facebook group, and the Facebook group is totally free. Let everybody know that you came by way of Lakeisha Loves to Plan, and I just love being in this Facebook group. We are a group of women that are Christian and friendly, and we all love Firefield Creations products, and we talk a lot about them. We have a couple of YouTubers, I'm not the only one, that uses Firefield Creations products, so we also post our videos in the group, and it's really a joy to be a part of this Firefield Creations stationery group. So yeah, so just join the group and you'll see me and other people in there. You can get some ideas, especially if you purchase her subscription. Like, I purchased her subscription and a lot comes in there, and sometimes people get the subscription but they don't really have a vision of how to use everything. But I've actually learned from the creator, Michelle herself, on how to do scripture writing. It took me a minute to figure it out, honestly, but I did. And so that's why I'm starting to do my scripture writing on camera now, because I do war binders, and stay tuned for my war binder video, y'all. I'm still going to do my war binder video, but I wanted to do this because I'm behind. Like today, as of this video, it's like July 3rd, and this has to start on July 1st. So I really wanted to start this now and not wait, so I can go ahead and start using this. But I think my next video is going to be my war binder video, and once I finish my war binder video, then I'm going to get back into my decorating videos. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're a returner, hey, planner friend. I do planning and decorating on my videos. So I'm in this planning season where I'm uploading a lot of planning videos, but fall and Christmas are coming, and this is Christmas in July. So I am going to take 1 week in July and focus on Christmas. So if you want to stay for all of that goodness, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell to say all, because if you don't click it to say all, it'll just send you selected videos, but not all the videos that I do. So if you're interested in all of those things, I would love to have you and say hello in the comments so I can say hello right back. All right, so back to the spread. I'm using my huge die cuts, which are absolutely gorgeous first. I always use my die cuts first, y'all, because I just like big pretty things, and I just love the big flowers. I love the dolls, so I want to use these up first until I can't use them anymore, and then I will move to other things. Like I have a stash of Firefield Creation stuff, y'all, so stay tuned at the end of this video. I don't decorate the entire book on film. Like I decorate maybe like half the month, so you're going to see that coming up. I want to do like up to the 15th or something like that, but then at the end of this video I'm going to show you the entire month of July. I just finished the rest off camera and then came back on camera to show you the entire book ready to go, so I can start writing in this tomorrow. And the days of the week and the dates also came in the subscription box. So you have everything you need in the subscription box. This book came in the subscription box. The only thing that didn't come in the subscription box were the questions that I am taping in. And the questions, you can print them out in 8x11, but I choose to print them out in A5 size because that's the size. If I cut it, it fits into these journals, which is perfect. And that way I don't have to rewrite the questions over again. So that's just my choice, but you know, you can write the questions or not write the questions at all, just answer the questions on the pages if you want. So for the month of July, the theme is glorifying God, and so all of the scripture writing questions are around glorifying God. So I'm just going to read like from Michelle's, she has like a theme for the subscription box. So the theme is for such a time as this, and the July focus is glorifying God. So I'm just going to read it to you while you continue to see how I ideate right now on the spread. All right, glorifying God. Glorifying God isn't reserved for public worship or Sunday service alone. It's the heartbeat of every moment we live, breathe, and interact with the world around us. When we glorify God, we acknowledge His greatness in our actions, our words, and even our quiet thoughts. It's an invitation to weave worship into the very fabric of our daily routines, transforming ordinary tasks into extraordinary opportunities to honor our Creator. Consider Abraham's willingness to offer Isaac as a sacrifice. In Genesis 22:1 verse through 19, Adam rose early, saddled his donkey, and journeyed to the mountain without hesitation, fully trusting that God's promise would endure, even if it meant giving up what he treasured most. In that dramatic moment, Adam's obedience spoke volumes. God alone was worthy of ultimate trust and surrender. Likewise, when we choose honesty over convenience at work or humility over pride in relationships, we echo Adam's faith. Each decision to place God first becomes a fragrant offering pleasing to Him. I want to stop right there, y'all, because I think this is just so beautiful. It talks about how, glorifying God can be seen not just by other people at church or in your ministry or anything like that, but just in the small things you do to show faith, right? Like having faith that God is going to get you through tough situations, or having faith that God is going to help you understand your relationships in your life so you can have better relationships. So I really like this topic. It's something that I don't think a lot of people really think about on a daily basis. Like how many people wake up and say, how am I glorifying God today? What am I going to do to glorify God today? So that's just something to think about. And the questions, like I said, are free in the Facebook group. So I'm just going to read to you some of the questions so you can start to think about how you can glorify God in your daily life. I'm pasting the questions here. Of course, you can see them, but I'm just going to read a couple of them to give you an idea. And what I love about these questions, that they're very thought-provoking, and they really question you in a way that you can not only learn about yourself, but think about moving forward, how you can change. Like, growing in these questions help you to grow and change in God. So that's what I like about these questions. So I'm going to read a couple of them. So one question says, what aspects of God's glory most amaze you today? And how can you reflect that wonder back to Him in your own life? Another question says, reflect on the greatness of God's worthiness. What attribute of His power, holiness, and love resonates most deeply with you today, and why? Another question says, it's like a prompt. Write a short prayer of wholehearted praise, naming specific ways God has shown Himself faithful this week. And then I'll read one more that says, what fruit of righteousness do you sense growing in you right now? And what next step could you take to nurture it further? Philippians 1:11. So each one of these questions are from a scripture, so you can actually, so what I do when I fill this out is I have my Bible with me. I open the Bible up to the scripture where the question came from. I read the scripture and then I answer the question, because sometimes I don't just read the scripture. I read around the scripture, like the whole context of the scripture, and then that really helps me to answer these questions in a better way. Getting back to the spread and why I am doing what I'm doing. So I like to have a variety on the pages. As you saw in my April book, I had some Dutch doors. This time I have windows. Who knows what I'm going to do next? Sometimes I paint. But I'm just learning different techniques. I watch a lot of junk journaling videos and journaling videos just to get some techniques down that I can use in my scripture writing. I think I'm going to try to start some junk journaling. I kind of been looking at videos, looking at supplies, looking at some things I'm supposed to use, trying to gather some supplies for it. So I'm going to practice junk journaling off camera, but if I like it, I will definitely try to start a little beginners junk journaling trial on my channel. So I will let you know, but I love watching the videos. So I say, you know what, let me just try junk journaling, and see how it works out. So anywho, I'm going to let the music play and let you see how I set up a couple more pages, and then I'll be back for the final review.
Made it here, but all I hear inside of my mind, bringing all the doubt and all my fears, all tangled up, caught in all of the lies. I'm searching for the missing piece, but looking for a song to sing to calm this heart inside of me. Oh, it's the love you are, so unconditional to me, deeper than any scar, higher than any star I reach. Oh, it's the love you are. Oh, oh. Rainfall, dry ground, light in the darkness and wind in the sail. I need you, I need you, and oh God, I always will, 'cause it's the love you are, so unconditional to me, deeper than any scar, yeah, higher than any star I reach. Oh, it's the love you are, so unconditional to me, deeper than any scar, higher than any star I reach. Oh, it's the love you are, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's the love you are, yeah. And oh, I'm looking for the missing piece, been looking for a song to sing.
So friends, I finished the rest off camera. So here is the final reveal of the entire month of July. I added her to the front. Alright, so we have first, second, and third, fourth and fifth, sixth and seventh, eighth and ninth, 10th and 11th, 12th and 13th, 14th and 15th, 16th, I have a little foldable here, 16th, 17th, 18th and 19th, 20th, these are flip ups, 20th and 21st, 22nd and 23rd, 24th and 25th, 26th and 27th, 28th and 29th, and I still need to border that around, 30th and 31st. So this whole book is ready for me to use for the entire month of July.